To talk about Purim from the feminist angle, we are being joined by Barbara Sofer, a journalist and author and the spokeswoman of the Hadassah organization. Hello, Barbara.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Purim Sameach.
Purim Sameach. You look amazing in red. You wear it well.
Thank you. I thought maybe if wearing a Purim costume, but we're not quite there yet.
So let's talk about the Queen Esther. From your perspective, you're such a great scholar of, the Torah and women. You write every week, you write stories about the parasha and whatnot. Why was Queen Esther such an important hero of the Jewish people?
Okay, first let's remember that of the 24 books of the Hebrew Bible, we only have 2 that are named for women. And Queen Esther is, of course, one of them. And she is our great heroine indeed. Let's think about who she is. After all, she actually lives in Persia. And she is a refugee. She left when the temple was destroyed in Jerusalem. She was among those who had to run away and leave. So she is not only, she's a refugee, and she's also an orphan living with her uncle Mordechai. So in a way, she's in the lowest position that we can possibly have in society. But what does she have going for her? She's very beautiful, not just outside, but inside. She's literate, she's smart. She's not just somebody who cares about her looks. And so these are her pros and cons when she walks into the drama of what's happening in Persia.
Barbara, so obviously we know what happens. She becomes queen, and she ends up saving the Jewish people, and the whole holiday over thousands of years, is in her honor. Why is what she did, make her really one of the great heroes and the miracle of Purim? And she was also a prophet.
Well, first of all, and we know that at one point she's in a position to help, and all of this she understands is a position to help. But at one point, when the Jews are going to be, Mordechai discovers the plot to kill the Jews, and he tells Esther that she has to go in to tell the king. And at that point, she said, "You can't just go in to tell the king." She says, "I haven't been called to the king for 30 days. Mordechai says, you have to go and do it. Don't imagine that you'll be able to escape the king's palace if the rest of us are killed. And if you keep silent at a time like this, salvation and deliverance will come to the Jews from another place, while you and your father's house will perish." Now, people often criticize Esther because she hesitated to go in. And I look at it just the opposite, because Esther knew she was in the palace. Why was she the queen? She knew she had a special job to do. And yet as soon as he said, "If something happens to you, somebody else will take your place," she said, "Okay, then I'm replaceable. I'm going to risk my life, and I'm replaceable." So at that point, she says, okay, she tells Mordechai, she takes over, she tells Mordechai people have to fast, and she says, "If I perish, I will perish." And when we read that moment in the Megillah, the whole congregation usually joins in to say, "Akasha avadati avadati," because she knows that she's expendable, so she's willing to take that risk. She knows she's in the palace, and she creates the entire plan that eventually saves the Jewish people. And she writes about it afterwards, because as unusual as that is, we know we have a writing woman here.
Wow. Barbara,
Yeah.
I wish we had more time, because she is truly, we could make a whole special about Queen Esther, but it is such interesting insight, the perspective that we don't all learn about. So thank you so much for sharing, and more to come.
I do want to say that the Hadassah organization, which is the largest Jewish organization, was named for Queen Esther, because she was beautiful inside and outside. She was smart, and she was willing to take risks to save her people. And for more than 100 years, the people of Hadassah have been saving lives in order to save all peoples, not just the Jewish people, but all the people in the region and all the people of the world. So I want to wish everybody, in the name of Queen Esther, a happy Purim.
Barbara, happy Purim to you, and we will see you soon. Thank you so much, and to all of the folks at